Welcome to Data Protection Conversations. My name is Christophe, Bertrand, and I'm joined today by Steve Duplessie, who is Senior Analyst and founder of ESG. Steve, welcome.
Hello, Christophe.
Well, you are at our headquarters in this wonderful office in Milford, and I'm here in San Francisco, which is interesting because I'm Silicon Valley based, and we just heard that Commvault, East Coast based, is buying Hedvig. And they're based in the area in the US. So I'm very curious about your take on this acquisition. I think it's going to make a very big difference to the Commvault platform, giving them the ability to have an integrated software-defined stack, already a great data management solution, now adding the storage layer. I think this will be a very interesting play moving forward. So what is your take on what they've just done with this acquisition?
Well, I think you sort of hit the nail right on the head already in terms of Commvault already probably has best-in-class data management capabilities, but all of those historic data management capabilities are predicated on backup. So it's really data management for passive data, for lack of a better term. So I think the Hedvig thing ultimately, and it remains to be seen how well everything's integrated and how well the execution goes, that goes without saying. But I think that allows them to all of a sudden move from just a passive data management stack to a full complementary active data management stack as well. And when you put those things together, I mean, you tell me, it sort of creates, your imagination can kind of run wild with all the things that could happen.
Right, exactly, because definitely the protocol sort of consolidation removes some obstacles in terms of being tied to a specific storage platform. Also helps with scale and the ability to really evolve in a multi-cloud environment. So yeah, in a perfect world, this backup and archived data becomes more usable across platforms in a very hybrid type of scale out environment that includes cloud. The one use case I see, of course, is compliance. I think, to your point, the integration or the combination of technologies is going to be very key. But what it does, it really allows Commvault to now look at the sort of soup to nuts stack here, which is something that today is only really available as a solution or a blueprint. Now, there are a few vendors that have some of this consolidation of secondary and primary as a software solution. But I think here, looking at the background of the Commvault stack and Hedvig, that combination seems to be pretty unique. What do you think the next move will be for Commvault after this acquisition, once all of the legal aspects go through and they start consolidating the businesses?
You know, the devil's in the details on the go-to-market and trying to make sure that you've got a long history of successful selling in the data protection space, but that's not the same as the primary storage space. And so it remains to be seen from there. But I think that, one important note is Commvault can only manage the data that it has been given to it. And so it's given passive data historically, but now it can start to manage data in your model, for example, intelligent data management.
Right.
Start to begin at the genesis of the data itself and right at data creation. And that becomes a pretty powerful construct for being able to make determinisms as to what I want to happen to this data, again, whether it's compliance, other GDPR metrics, or whether it's just I want to make sure I'm leveraging this data before I have to go to the shelf and look for it. I want it to automatically do something. That all becomes possible all of a sudden. And that's a complicated story to tell. So it will take some insight and some training. Commvault's partners need to be trained. Hedvig doesn't come to the game with a big revenue stream or a big sales force. It's a technology play. And so as such, Commvault's going to have to learn how to speak that language.
Right, and it's also, by the same token, a great opportunity. And I would say, yeah, you're going from passive data management to more active in this first combination. But I do expect that we will see proactive, to your earlier point, whereby by really understanding the data at its creation from the onset, you can now start moving it where it needs to be, and start manipulating the data for other business outcomes. And what I think this is doing is fixing the software infrastructure, the software layer for that. Now, of course, time will tell. So certainly would love to see more in terms of execution in the next few quarters, and see how the technical solution works and what customers have to say about it.